Today's incident will wake up your soul. Please watch the incident till the end. Assalamu alaikum, friends. Hope you all are well. Dear friends, a devil snake took the form of a pious person and entered the mouth of a pious person. Then Allah Almighty did something to that person which you will be surprised to know. This video has a lesson for every Muslim, so I request you to watch today's video in full. Give this video a like now, and if you are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon next to it. Let's go, guys. We want to go back to the original discussion. There was an honest person whose name was Abdul Hamid. He is very God-fearing. He fasts most of the year, recites tahajjud at the end of the night, talks to everyone with a smile, tries to benefit people as much as possible, helps people when in danger, is saddened by the pain of others. Even if an animal has any problem, he comes forward to remove it. In the question of benefiting others, he does not even get a chance to think about his loss. He would help all people and animals in danger. Friends loved to admit Abul Hamir. He had a great passion for hunting. For this purpose he often went to the forest, after which he caught the game with various tricks, brought it home. It never happened that he went to catch the game and returned home empty-handed. As usual, he hunted in the forest one day, went to catch it, and went there to look for the prey. His whole attention was focused on finding the prey. But suddenly, a snake lay in front of him. His attention was interrupted. The strange thing is that the snake stood in front of him very nicely, human-like. He started talking. He started saying, "O Abul Hamid, for the sake of Allah, have mercy on me. Allah will have mercy on you." He was surprised to hear such words from the mouth of the snake. He began to say to himself, "From where did the snake learn to speak?" Again, seeing the snake, he felt deep inside. Although frightened, he asked without expressing his face, "Are you in such danger that you need my mercy and help?" The snake then said, "My deadly enemy is chasing me back. If I delay, he will catch me and kill me right away." Abul Habir said, "You whose ummah?" The snake replied, "I am the ummah of Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam." The tender heart of Abul Hamid became more tender at the words of the snake. The pain of that snake, the bitter voice, hurt him more. He thought to himself, "Those in danger. My only job is to help. If God's creation is helped by me even a little, then what is the harm? Enter inside." Then the snake said, "The enemy will see me in it." Abul Hamir said, "Listen to what I say. You enter inside my cloak and come along my chest and stay back." Then the snake said, "I'm very afraid. It seems the enemy will see me here." Abul Hamir said, "Then what can I do for you?" Then the snake said, "If you wish me well, please open your mouth. I will enter through it into your stomach. For a while, I will hide myself." Said Abul Hamir, "Now, if you put me to a severe test, although I do not fear anything except Allah, yet why am I afraid of your proposal? I fear that you will destroy me in the end." Then the snake said, "I bear witness to Allah and His Messenger and all the angels and all the servants of the sky that I will not harm you. I will go out as soon as the enemy leaves." And the snake slowly entered the mouth and went into the stomach. After a while, a man came running with a sword in his hand, saw Abul Habib and stopped and said, "Did you see a snake going this way?" Abul Habir said, "No, I have not seen any snake here." In fact, where Abul Hamir was standing and talking to the man, he did not really see any snake, because he was already some distance away from the place where the snake entered his stomach, so that his words are not false. Allahu Akbar does not find snakes. After getting it, the man left. Abul Hamir was thinking as he stood there. After a while, the snake took out its head and said, "Sir, see if it has gone out of the sight of my enemy." Abul Hamir said, "No, I can't see him anymore. I think he has gone." The snake said that he has really gone far. Abul Habir said, "Yes, indeed he has gone. So hurry up instead of delaying." The snake's response to the offer to come out of the stomach, Abul Habib's eyes widened, his heart. The soul trembled. He said to himself, "How is this a reward for favors?" The snake said, "O Abul Hamid, I will now make two proposals to you. You can choose any one of your choice." Abul Hamir asked to know the two proposals. The snake then said, "I like to give strength to people in two places. One is the liver, another is the heart. Now you say which one you like." Abul Hamir said, "One you say." The snake said, "Yes. What I'm saying is right. If you say that your liver is cut into pieces now, I can give it or I can burn your heart. But it is true that in both cases, your body will become lifeless, said Abul Habir. This is your promise. This is the fruit of your promise. As a result of which I sheltered you, you want to repay the favor like this. Are you not ashamed to say such words from your mouth? The snake said to Abul Hamir. I have never seen a stupider person than you in this world. You may not know me, so please me. I am the devil who is the enemy of Bani Adam. I don't understand why you treat me well, said Abul Hamir. And then you are the devil. Let me ask you for the last time. Have you vowed to kill me? The snake said. Yes, there is no other way, Abul Habir said. Well, when you want, give me the opportunity to go to the mountain so that my body can be turned around and become local. The snake said, well, let's go to the mountain, but you think stay, your death is sure no power can save you from me. Hamir gave up hope of life and with trembling legs started towards the hill. After going there, he recited a prayer. After saying the prayer again and again, suddenly a handsome man appeared there. His body is fragrant and his clothes are very elegant. He saluted Abul Hamid and asked, "O Abul Habir, why do you look so worried?" Abul Hamir said, "An enemy is troubling me. For that I am worried." The handsome man said, "Where is this enemy now?" Abul Hamir answered, "In my stomach." The man said, "There is an enemy in your stomach." Abul Hamir said, "Yes, from inside the stomach he planned to kill me. I did him a favor, and that favor was repaid. This is how he wants to give me." The man said, "He is but a traitor and a promise breaker." Abdul Habir said, "Yes, of course, I have never seen such a thing in my life." The man said, "He betrays you. He who commits sin must be punished. You do one thing. Kindly open your mouth a little." Abul Habir opened his mouth and immediately put a leaf like an olive leaf into the man's mouth and said, "Chew and swallow this." Khan came out of the road behind him. By this, the fear that was in his heart was removed. He addressed him and said, "Brother, what is your identity? Where did you come from in this time of my danger? Allah has blessed me very much with your presence." Dear friends, subscribe our channel and press the bell icon next to it to get regular Islamic videos.
Have you ever wondered what happens in those final fleeting moments between life and death? It's a question that has intrigued mankind for centuries, a topic shrouded in mystery and speculation. Today we're embarking on a journey to the unknown, to the edge of life itself. We'll delve deep into the biological and neurological processes that occur in those precious moments before the end. It's a subject that's as fascinating as it is complex as we attempt to demystify that final frontier that we will all one day cross. We'll be exploring the latest scientific findings, the theories, the beliefs and the experiences of those who've been on the brink and lived to tell the tale. This is not a morbid fascination, but a quest for understanding, for knowledge that can enlighten us all. In this video, we'll unravel the mystery of what happens to your body and mind just before you die. As the body approaches death, biological changes take place. This is a journey that every organism on this planet will take, a series of events that unfold as life prepares to exit the stage. Let's start with the slowing down of bodily functions. The heart, the ceaseless engine of the body, begins to decelerate. Its beats become irregular, its rhythm stutters. The blood flow, once a roaring river of life, ebbs to a sluggish stream. This results in a cooling of the body, a gradual surrendering to the cold embrace of the end. Next, the organs begin to shut down. The lungs, those faithful bellows, struggle to draw in breath, each gasp more laborious than the last. The kidneys, our silent janitors, cease their cleansing work. The liver, the body's chemical plant, halts its production lines. Even the skin, our shield and sensory interface with the world, loses its vibrancy and elasticity. Yet in this twilight of life, the body's resolve to survive is still evident. The brain, that magnificent conductor of the bodily orchestra, prioritizes the essential functions. It redirects the dwindling resources to the heart and the lungs, the twin pillars of life. It fights to the end, refusing to let the music of life fade into silence without a struggle. But the body's energy reserves deplete and the biological machinery grinds to a halt. The metabolism, that constant fire in the belly, flickers and dies out. The cells, those microscopic building blocks of life, cease their tireless work. The body's clock winds down, the pendulum swings slower, and the hands of time finally come to rest. These changes are not a failure of the body, but a testament to its resilience. They showcase the body's innate ability to adapt and respond, even in the face of the inevitable. The body's final act is not one of surrender, but of dignity and grace. These biological changes are the body's final response to the imminent end. This is the body's swan song, a solemn symphony of life's closing moments, a poignant reminder that even in death there is a beauty and order to the natural processes of life. But what about the mind? What happens to our brain when we die? As the body begins to cease its functions, the brain also undergoes an intriguing series of events. Picture this. The brain, an intricate network of neurons, is like a grand orchestra. When we're on the brink of death, it's as if the conductor steps off the podium, leading to an eventual disarray of harmony. The first part of the brain to bid adieu is usually the cerebral cortex, the area responsible for consciousness, thought, and voluntary movements. As it shuts down, we lose our ability to think and move. It's like flicking off the lights in a room one by one. Now let's shift our focus to the brainstem. This part controls our basic life support systems, such as breathing and heartbeat. When the brainstem gives up, the body loses its ability to maintain these essential functions, gradually leading to an overall system failure. But it's not all doom and gloom. The brain, in its final moments, may release a surge of endorphins. These are chemicals that can provide a sense of peace and pain relief. It's like the brain's way of saying, "Don't worry, I've got this under control." And then there's the fascinating theory of life flashing before one's eyes. Some scientists believe that as the brain shuts down, it fires neurons randomly, which can lead to a rapid sequence of past memories. It's as if the brain is playing a quick rewind of your life's movie. But remember, these are just theories based on scientific observations and anecdotal evidence. The brain is a complex organ, and we're still unraveling the mysteries of its workings, particularly at the end of life. So, while the body is shutting down, the mind is experiencing its own unique journey. The final bow of the orchestra may be dissonant and chaotic, but it's a profound testament to the brain's intricate design and the enigmatic nature of life and death. Of course, our understanding of death isn't purely scientific. It's also shaped by a myriad of cultural, religious, and philosophical perspectives that offer a kaleidoscope of interpretations on what happens at the moment of death. Let's delve into some of these perspectives. In many cultures, death is seen as a transition rather than an end. For instance, in Buddhism, it's believed that death is merely a gateway to another life, a stepping stone in the cycle of rebirth and reincarnation. A similar belief is held in Hinduism, where death is seen as a natural part of the cosmic order, a phase in the soul's eternal journey. On the other hand, Abrahamic religions like Christianity, Islam, and Judaism view death as a passage to an eternal afterlife. In these faiths, the deeds of one's earthly life determine their fate in the hereafter, with the righteous rewarded and the wicked punished. Then there are philosophical perspectives. Existentialists, for example, often see death as the ultimate form of freedom, the final release from the constraints and absurdities of life. Meanwhile, materialists view death as the absolute end, a state of non-existence where consciousness simply ceases to be. Beyond these, there are countless other interpretations, from the ancient Egyptian belief in the journey to the afterlife to the indigenous Australian dreamtime concept of returning to the ancestral spiritual realm. These perspectives are as diverse as humanity itself, reflecting our deep-seated need to make sense of our mortality. They invite us to consider the myriad ways in which different cultures and philosophies grapple with the enigma of death. But remember, these are just interpretations. They offer comfort, provoke thought, and inspire awe, but they don't provide definitive answers. After all, death remains one of life's greatest mysteries, a universal experience that's simultaneously commonplace and utterly incomprehensible. No matter what you believe, it's clear that death is a deeply personal and profound experience. So what have we learned about those final moments before death? Well, we've taken a rather comprehensive journey, haven't we? We've explored the biological and neurological processes that occur as life ebbs away. We've acknowledged that death, while inevitable, is a complex and multi-layered event, one that is as unique as the individual experiencing it. Let's start by recapping the biological process. We learned that as death approaches, the body begins to shut down, like a complex machine powering off. The heart slows, the body cools, and the senses start to fade. It's a gradual process, not an immediate event, but it's a process that is as natural as birth, growth, and aging. It's a part of the life cycle, even if it's the part we tend to shy away from discussing. Next, we delved into the neurological process. We discovered that even as the body slows, the mind can be a flurry of activity. Dreams and hallucinations may occur, possibly a result of the brain trying to make sense of its own demise. There's still so much we don't know about the brain and its workings, especially during those final moments, but we do know that it's a time of intense activity, a fitting finale for such an extraordinary organ. We also discussed various theories and beliefs about death, from the scientific to the spiritual, from the comforting to the terrifying. Our beliefs about what happens after death are as diverse as we are. Some people believe in an afterlife, a place where we continue to exist in some form. Others believe in reincarnation, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. And still others believe in nothingness, a complete cessation of existence. What's fascinating is that our beliefs about death often reflect our beliefs about life. They are a mirror, reflecting our hopes, fears, and values. And no matter what we believe, it's important to remember that these beliefs are personal, deeply ingrained, and deserving of respect. And so we circle back to the beginning, to the question of what happens in those final moments before death. The truth is, we don't know for sure. We can study, we can hypothesize, we can believe. But in the end, death remains one of the greatest mysteries of the human experience, and perhaps that's as it should be. Maybe it's the mystery that makes us appreciate life all the more. Maybe it's the unknowing that spurs us to live fully, to love deeply, and to make the most of the time we have. The mystery of death is a part of our human experience. It's a journey we all must take, but it doesn't have to be a journey taken in fear.
Have you ever pondered upon the depth of your connection with Allah? In this vast universe, our spiritual journey often demands introspection. It's important to self-reflect and assess our relationship with Allah, to understand how close we truly are to Him. Today we'll delve into this topic and provide you with 3 signs that indicate a close relationship with Allah. Recognizing these signs could provide a clear picture of your spiritual journey and connection with Allah. The first sign is constant remembrance of Allah. This is not solely about verbal recitation of prayers or supplications, but rather it is about maintaining a consciousness of Allah in every thought and action. Imagine a compass always pointing north. In the same way, our hearts should always be oriented towards Allah. This constant remembrance can shape our daily routines and habits, influencing our decisions and actions. For instance, when we're about to make a choice, we seek divine guidance. When we're grateful, we express our gratitude to Allah. When we're tested, we seek patience and strength from Him. Thus, a heart that frequently remembers Allah is a heart that is close to Him. The second sign is finding contentment in trials. This is a profound indicator of a deep-rooted faith and trust in Allah's wisdom. We all face trials and hardships in life, but it's how we respond to these challenges that truly defines us. For those close to Allah, these are not simply obstacles, but opportunities for purification and reward. They understand that these trials are part of a bigger plan, a divine plan that we may not always comprehend. Their response is not one of despair, but of acceptance and contentment, a serene surrender to the will of Allah. This signifies a heart that deeply trusts in Allah's plan, appreciating that every hardship is also an opportunity for spiritual growth. Contentment in trials reflects a heart that trusts Allah and is confident in His wisdom. The third sign is a longing for the hereafter. This longing is not a mere wishful thinking, but a deep-rooted desire that shapes our actions and guides our lives. It's a profound understanding that this world is temporary, while the hereafter is eternal. This longing, this yearning, is a powerful motivator. It drives us to perform good deeds, to strive for righteousness, and to abstain from transgressions. It's a compass that keeps us on the straight path. But it's more than that. It's a sign of a heart that is deeply connected to Allah, a heart that trusts in His promises of eternal bliss for those who believe and do righteous deeds. A heart that yearns for the hereafter is a heart that is truly close to Allah. In conclusion, the 3 signs we've discussed, constant remembrance of Allah, finding contentment during trials, and a longing for the hereafter, may provide insight into your spiritual journey. These signs are not definitive, but they could provide an insight into your spiritual journey. Reflect on them and strive to cultivate these signs in your life to strengthen your bond with Allah.